This is truly the happiest and content that our son has been since he's been home. It's been a lot of coughing, a lot of congestion, a lot of not really wanting to eat, not knowing how to eat, things like that. And it's been awesome, but it's also been very, very difficult. But the reason this is so incredible is that in 6 days, I'm going to India. And that means with him being basically a completely different baby because of medicine that we've given him and doctor appointments that we've gone to, breathing treatments that we've done, he's very happy, making sweet sounds. He's kind of giggling a little bit and smiling at us, and it's, bless you. And it's just awesome because I will be gone across the planet, and I'll know that my son is in a better mood. I'll know that my daughter is content with him, and I'll know that my wife is content. She won't be kind of pulling her hair out trying to manage our 2-year-old daughter and our 2-month-old son. Overall, this couldn't have come at a better time. And so now, with him being in such a good spot, I can honestly say that I think I'm ready to go to India. And so the question then becomes really, what gear am I gonna take? It's not the hardest decision, but it's also not the easiest decision because I'm going to India to teach photography and filmmaking and audio. And I want to show them the importance of investing in good equipment. And I also want to show them what you can do once you have this good equipment, and really what you can do with any equipment. You can make any equipment work really well, especially if you're buying gear in 2022. But all that to say, I'm going to teach, I'm going to educate people on how to maximize their gear, how to storyboard, how to get a shot list, things like that. And I really, really need versatility. Really, whenever I think of versatility, I think of the Sigma 24-70. Hold on.
Jackson.
Whoa, Maddie, so smart. But it makes a lot of sense why I would want to take this to India because it's everything. It's got the 24, the wide stuff, that pretty awesome cinematic 35, the natural looking 50, and then all the way out to 70 for some portrait shots. But the problem with this is I find myself wanting more every time I use this lens. I want to go Cocoa Melon? Chameleon? I want to be able to get a little wider than 24. I want to be able to get a little tighter than 70. I want to get just a little bit more light in from 2.8. This is a great all-arounder. Legitimately, I think if anyone was starting out and they wanted to start picking up high-quality glass, I think this is, without a doubt, the lens they should pick up because it does everything that you want it to do. But the problem is it does everything that you want it to do, but it's not the best at any of the things that it does, but it is fantastic for what it is. So if I'm not taking the incredibly versatile Sigma 24-70, then what am I going to take? Starting off, Sony 20mm G lens. I absolutely love this lens. This is the newest lens, and there was an incredible deal going on at Fort Worth Camera, and I just had to jump on this, and because this is exactly what I was looking for, something a little wider than 24, but not so wide that it starts to give me distortion. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, why not a 16-35 if I already have another zoom lens? Well, really, I enjoy the zoom lens, but I really love the creativity that happens with a prime lens. So instead of standing in one spot and just zooming in and out and walking a little bit, with something like this, I have to think differently. I have to be creative. And this gets me those really wide shots, but without distortion or with very little distortion, incredibly straight lines, no vignetting that I've seen so far, no vignetting that's like actually affecting, bless you, any of the images that I take. So Sony 20mm 1.8 G lens with the Peter McKinnon variable ND filter for all of my videos like I'm shooting right now, but this does not fit on that. So this is incredible. And it's first pick for India. Next up is the Sony 55 1.8 Zeiss lens. I absolutely love this lens. I use this all the time. I absolutely love this lens. It's like that 50mm focal range is just incredible. It looks very, very natural. But there's something about this. If you do any sort of photography and you're familiar with Zeiss and you know about the Zeiss 3D pop, right? It just looks incredible, and there's something about it that just has incredible character. And this has stood the test of time. This is not a new lens. This is an older lens. It came out a few years ago, but it's hitting way above its weight class, and it makes sense why this is still $1,000 new. I didn't pay that. Don't worry. I didn't pay $1,000 this lens, but having used it and having owned it for a little while, I think I would if I didn't have it. This lens is just incredible. Stand the test of time. I will probably never, ever sell this lens. It's time for dinner. The final lens that's going to India is the Rokinon 85 1.4. This is the exact opposite of the other lenses that I typically buy. I like kind of small form factor, doesn't take up room in the bag, and this is huge. Look, compared to the 55, this is so much bigger. It's massive. But 1.4, this lens does an incredible job at 1.4. I got this lens for $300, and it has no business being as good as it is for $300. I absolutely love this lens. It does hunt a little bit for focus, but once it nails it, and it's so good. The pictures are so sharp. Now, one of the downsides of this lens is that it's a Rokinon third-party lens, not as well known or recognized, so the resale value is not that great. But honestly, for $300, I'm perfectly fine keeping this probably forever, because it's a great 85 for $300. It does do a little, it does warm the pictures up straight out of camera, but other than that, that's something super easy to adjust in Lightroom or in DaVinci Resolve or whatever editor you're using. This is fantastic. No bells and whistles to it, just the body, no switches. I mean, just look at the size of this thing. Just look at that. This lens is great, especially for $300. Can't go wrong. Well, that's it for me. If you got value out of this video, or you just enjoyed and were entertained by this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really does make a difference. Hit the thumbs up. That also makes a huge, huge difference. Lets me know that you are getting value out of this. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you in the next one.